Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. So, what am I going to talk about today? I spoke recently about growth mindset and how the wealthy have a growth mindset. So, today I thought take a step further on the same line and talk about financial planning and inflation. Once you've had this growth mindset, what do you need to do? We need to break it down further and work on something known as financial planning and mitigating against inflation. Inflation is something that eats away at your wealth. It's nothing but the cost of everything which we consume constantly is on the rise. Because of the demand in the market and supply of cash in the market, price always tends to keep going upwards. So whatever investments and plans, financial plans we have, should make sure that it combats inflation, that we're not losing, that our capital is safe and secure, and after that it starts growing. So understanding your financial situation is very important. Understanding your financial situation is having financial goals. It's setting. A lot of you come to me and ask me on Instagram saying, what should I do this? Should I do that? And I keep asking you, what is your goal? Most of you don't even spend time thinking about a goal. And if you do have a goal, it's a very vague goal. You're like, I want to retire, or I want to buy a house. Yeah, you want to buy a house. Even I want to buy a house. How much do you want to spend for that house? Where do you want to buy the house? When do you want to buy the house? All that is important. First hand house, new house. Are you going to buy a already furnished house, unfurnished house? Think. And what's the ownership cost for this house? Are you paying taxes, electricity, all of it? Put it together. Think about it. So that kind of encompasses what a financial goal is. So if you're going to have children, great. You and your wife have decided to have children. Fantastic. What is the cost of the pregnancy? Haven't thought of it. What's the cost of bringing the child up? Then school, then college, medical expenses for the child. Think about it. That is called financial goal setting. So this is what I want you guys to do when you come out and say, I want to do something. Get down the threads. Numbers. Do numbers. Open an Excel sheet, put numbers. Create budgets. Budgets are the very effective way of planning finances, and everybody does it, including countries. America does it, India does it, states do it, Tamil Nadu does it. I suggest even you should do it. Creating a budget gives you a reality check. It tells you how much of money you have, amount of debt you have, what is the income sources, what investments you have, who are all dependent on you. It kind of gives you an idea of where you really are. Because all of us tend to forget where we really are. It's like you ask anybody, how much do you weigh? They'll just add a few numbers up or down from where they were last when they were measured. Very few people can truly tell you what their real weight is. Unless they've been weighing themselves every day or they've been on some kind of a plan, then they would know. But you catch the people around you right now, pause the video and ask them, hey, what's your weight?
So 75.65, sir.
When was the last time you weighed yourself?
3 days before, sir.
That's why. You?
79, sir.
When did you weigh yourself?
Last week.
Last week. Last week. I'm sure people in this office will not weigh themselves.
No, sir. No, sir.
Call Chandar, is he here?
No.
He's not here?
He's here. He's there.
Call him. Don't tell him.
Sir, even get
Hi, lover. Come here. Hi, lover.
sir.
What's it? On our weight, Anada?
72, 73.
72, 73, 75. See, their lover is telling me 72, 73, 75. When was the last time you weighed yourself, lover?
கடைசி எப்ப வெயிட் பாத்தீங்க?
சார் கடைசி ஒரு 6 months
Ah.
75 கண்டிப்பா.
So, how much money will you bet on your weight? If I bring a weighing scale right now, 200 rupees. On what number?
75 to 80.
See, this is what exactly I said. This is why you need to create a budget. Because now when I said 200 rupees, he manned up. He said it could be between 75 to 80. Before that, 72, 73, 75. Then I said 200 rupees is on the line. He's like, okay, sir, 75 to 80. He just wants to be safe. Chandra, what about you? When was the last time you weighed yourself?
80, sir.
When was the last time you weighed yourself?
Last year, sir.
Last year. So how much money will you bet if I bring a weighing scale now? How much do you think you'll weigh?
I think now I'll be 95, sir.
He just said, what's your weight? I asked him. He said 80. Then I said, how much money do you want to put on that? He said 95. So that kind of gets to my point. You guys can go.
Oh, okay, sir.
Thanks. It gets to the point of why creating a budget is important. So if you don't create a budget, you have no idea where you are. So please create a budget before you come and talk to me and start chatting with me up on Instagram. Get a goal, create a budget. Next thing, which is the most important thing, which you should do, which I'll tell you to do once you come to me, is create an emergency fund. Emergency fund is typically having 6 months worth of your expenses in your bank, in your kitty ready. This is because anything can happen anytime to everybody and anybody. You can have an accident, you can become disabled, you can lose your job, you can have some catastrophe, we can have a tsunami, like what happened in Chennai. No one thought it was going to happen, and it happened. People's Chennai floods happened. People lost their degree certificates in that flood. So I don't know. Any black swan event can happen, and life is always full of it. And things always happen the most when you least expect it. So always having an emergency fund is good. Then comes in the financial planning. Get an investment strategy. Now you know your goals, you know your budget, you have put some money aside for an emergency, then you should have an investment strategy. Investment strategy is nothing but knowing what's your risk appetite, where you can put your money according to your goals, what you need to look at in terms of returns. This is what an investment strategy is. Then you plan for your retirement. Aside from your goals may not be towards your retirement. Your goals might be buying a house, buying a car, children's education. I would, of course, then tell you, boss, you're not going to be working forever. You want your freedom. You want to stop doing this nonsense. You want to stop making videos like yourself. So, retirement plan. Think about it. So, get that idea also down on paper. 7 would be getting an insurance into order. Lots of you have, when I ask you, do you have health insurance? Like, yes, sir, I have health insurance. I'm like, your own personal insurance? No, sir. Company is giving me insurance. I'd be like, what happens if a company loses its job? Or what happens if you find a beautiful job and you're in transition between this company and that company, and suddenly your father falls sick and he has a cancer issue? Who's going to pay? Didn't think about it, did you? That's why I have personal health insurance. Make sure you have personal cover for yourself, your wife, your children, whomever is there in your life. You can get insurance for, because if your parents are too old now or they have a pre-existing condition, health insurance might not be a possibility. So that means you'll have to grow your emergency fund and have a separate health insurance health fund within your emergency fund for your people who do not have health insurance or cannot be covered anymore. So think about all this when you think about insurance planning. Then the last and most important thing of financial planning is estate planning. Estate planning is in case something happens to you, the worst case scenario. That means you're not here anymore. You're not going to be watching Case of Lovely Face on these videos anymore. Unfortunately, you've been taken away. So that is called estate planning. So that means making sure if in case something happens to you, who gets your finances, who gets your money, who gets the insurance. Do you need term insurance? Not every one of us has a safety net like Keshav, a sister somewhere sitting who's going to supply all the money whenever we need. Some of us have to think about term insurance. So do you need term insurance? How much term insurance takes care of all the expenses for your people who depend on you? So think about all that and put that into perspective and cover that. So estate planning is very critical, and I think I should probably do a separate video on this because that's how critical it is. But today I'm just touching on it. So when you have all this done, then we get into inflation and the impact of inflation. Inflation, what does it do? It reduces your purchasing power. It's important to keep in mind in inflation. And the thing about inflation is it impacts on savings, it impacts on investments, and it impacts on retirement plan, and most importantly, it has a huge impact on loans, which is your debt. That is why I don't call it debt management as some investment planners and financial planners call it. I say zero debt. Get rid of your debt. Before you do any form of investing, once you've done all your planning and everything, if you have any form of debt, be it small, be it big, be it family, get rid of it. Close it. After that, you're free from debt. You can do whatever you wish. Because just as an example, to see what is happening in the world, as soon as interest rates start ticking up, it gets impossibly hard to pay those loans. Loans which become too big, too massive. If you can't handle it, the banks immediately add on years. You thought you were going to be rid of it in 5 years. Suddenly they've added another 3 years. It becomes 8 years, becomes 10 years. Home loans, they can even add 5, 7, 8, 10 years. Where a 20-year loan can become a 30-year loan. Imagine paying a loan till the age of 50, 60. So please don't do this to yourself. Get rid of your debt. That is my debt management, if you ask me. Some of you might think otherwise. If you already have some kind of investments and you have streams of income coming, like I said before, you probably won't be watching my channel if you're that wealthy and well off. You won't need any layman advice from someone like me. But if you are fortunate like that, maybe you have better debt management than my plan is. My plan is get rid of it. And always looking at your inflation, you should always be ready to adjust your financial goals. That is why you have to keep an eye on inflation. Sometimes inflations are high, sometimes inflations are low. So based on how the inflation is, you should plan your financial goals. So that's why you have to keep an eye on inflation, because the importance of inflation is, if inflations are low, then you don't have to worry about adjusting your financial plans too much. But if inflation starts going up, like what it's done in the last few years, then your goals have to aggressively start changing too. Your investments have to start changing aggressively too. So these are the kind of ideas I wanted to leave with you today. We spoke about growth and wealth mindset. Today we spoke about how financial planning is done and how to tackle inflation. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining as always. And I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
So after Kuwait, my team has decided to do an event in Trivandrum. Those who are desirous of meeting me in Trivandrum can contact our team at trivandrummp@gmail.com, the mail ID given below, or the WhatsApp number given below. My team would fill in you with the details. The event would be in January 2024. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.